That's unfortunate.
Appreciate your time.
What's that?
I don't appreciate your time.
Well, people are dying. Babies are dying.
So you're going to come here and tell me that after bringing this issue to me that it's my fault that people are...
Well, no, but you're making us wait. You're making us wait.
Respect a little different opinion here.
That's our deputy chief.
Oh, you haven't just gone to Keensburg. You've gone to just about every department in Monmouth County.
Yes.
Okay.
Wherever we
All
can.
right, and you've asked officers on the street. The Monmouth County prosecutor has issued a directive. Okay. You know where you can smoke. It's in the guidelines. You said you have the guidelines.
Every police department's different.
No, that's not. It's because you're approaching, you have a question, you can come in and ask us. You can ask for the chief or myself. What you have done is you have grabbed, I shouldn't say grabbed, that's not the right word. You've asked officers on the street, okay? And then next thing you know, there's a video camera in their face.
How to deal with, like if you found medical marijuana on him, you wouldn't know how to deal with it, right?
You're gonna be able to drive out of here.
Yeah, I'll be out here.
How would you deal with it? I mean, you know, you would probably arrest him first and let the judge figure it out, right?
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's illegal.
It's illegal.
So we can't smoke here, out here anywhere, or?
Nowhere in town.
Smoking in public, marijuana.
Talk to anyone regarding the Attorney General for the medical? Okay. The smoke.
Yeah, can we smoke here or not? How do we know when we're to smoke here?
And this is something new to us. It's new to everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so we're willing to work with you
Absolutely.
on everything.
Yes, sir.
But let's put it in a proper perspective. We're not looking to lock people up that are authorized under the law to have medical marijuana. And I understand from what I read in the papers, there is a delay, but that's not from this local government. It's from the state government.
Right.
About why these babies or whoever needs it is not allowed to.
But your police department showed us no compassion at all. They wouldn't even work with us at all.
I disagree with you on that, okay? The officers, you know, they told you what they knew, but it seemed we got a directive from the prosecutor, Monmouth County, that, you know, this is an ongoing thing. Like, you're pushing the envelope, and I don't know why. We're willing to work with this, but that's something different.
This is why.
That's, a 15-month-old's not gonna be sitting on a park bench smoking a joint.
No, they're
correct?
taking oil. They use
All right,
oil.
and I understand where you're coming from. So, but we can discuss it. If you have any
I'll let you,
questions,
sir.
you can stop over.
Sir, would you like to speak to us now, or?
Not really.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
We just talked to Mr. Piggott over there. Yeah, we don't know.
Trying to find out where.
You know what it is. You've been in about 20 places. I see it's on the web.
I understand.
Right now, you're not asking questions about what you can do.
Every department's
You're
different.
taking an ass out of us.
No, we're
No,
not.
no.
No, we're not, actually. No, we're not.
Here's the thing, okay? You know your answers.
I know.
No, we don't.
You know where you're allowed to smoke it. You just want to come here and you want to make an ass out of it.
No, we don't. We're trying to get an answer, sir, because
Well, what answer
every
you
de-
get that you haven't got the 20
every department is different. Some departments say you can go out by the flagpole. Some departments have a no smoking policy.
You know the rules. You can smoke anywhere you can smoke a cigarette. That's the rule.
Okay.
You know that rule. But you keep coming in here and wasting just the third time you've been in this police.
None of you have said that.
None of you say, but you've given us an answer. But at least you gave us an answer now. I appreciate you giving. Thank you.
Well, you have the answer. That's the
No,
first
we
time.
did. No, that's the first. No, we didn't. No, we didn't,
You
sir.
know the answer. You just want to make up.
No, because patients are being
You
arrested.
need a quarter of an ounce.
Why are you yelling?
You're allowed to have 2 ounces per month. You need a quarter of an ounce. You need your Cuba card. You need your name, your ID card. I know
Yeah,
all about
I have it
and
all.
so do you.
Yes, we
That's
do.
what annoys me. Because you're in here trying to make asses out of the
No, we want to be friends with you.
We're trying to be
We want the toughest guys.
You went to 20 police departments asking the same
Want you on our
Yes,
side.
we want you on our side. We want you protecting
It's not
us.
easy being crippled.
Yeah, we're
I got kids.
I was on OxyContin for 10 years, sir.
If you got your Cuba card, I mean, you earned your medical marijuana. My point is, my issue is that you keep coming into police departments trying to make us look foolish.
No, not at all. That's not our intention at all, sir. And if you wanted to have a conversation with us about it, I will absolutely want to make you look good because I want you to help
I
us.
know all about the rule. We all know about it.
That wasn't our impression the first 3 times we were here.
3 times, okay, but we've since, I mean, we're not idiots.
No.
You present us with a problem, we're going to solve the problem.
And
My chief, being a responsible chief that he is, has sent out the medical marijuana policy. Every officer in this department knows the medical marijuana policy.
Awesome. That's all we can ask for. That's all we want.
I just get annoyed because
I'm sorry.
To me, it feels like you're trying to make.
No,
things
not
out.
at all, sir. That's not what we're trying to do at all. At all.
I just want to take my kids' credit
Yeah.
on the board, you know, and park my car legally and be able to have my wife drive where I can medicate in the car while my wife's waiting for the crabs with my kids and then come back and forth.
Who's the car? car's not in motion. You know
Yeah,
that's
no
Right,
keys in the
right.
ignition, I'll be in the passenger seat, and just,
Well,
I'm
you know
afraid of
the-
having,
These all three, you know the rules.
I know, I
Yeah.
just don't wanna be,
You're asking us, that's the question.
Because the different parameters for different officers.
Now, I don't know if I'm being, I know you tape some people, if I'm being taped, oh well.
no.
But you're doing the right thing, though. You're doing the right thing, so we appreciate you doing the right thing, sir. And that's all we can ask for. That's all we can ask
And
for.
like I said, we all know the policy. My chief made sure that we know the policy.
Okay, that's great.
That's the greatest answer.
Next guy's gonna give you the same. Like I said, my issue is I don't like trying to be made a fool out of.
Not at all, sir. I'm sorry if it,
20 years ago, I don't like to be made a fool out of.
no, not at all.
And I said, I took it under my personal responsibility to educate myself under this because of
Thank
what
you
happened.
so much.
Thank you. That's all we want from, because the reason why we do it, I got my medical marijuana, but this girl died. She was 15 months old. She never had a chance, and she was waiting for her medical marijuana. She had epilepsy, and she had a 25-hour seizure and died. And medical marijuana would have saved her life. And that's what we're doing, is to show people. I took OxyContin for 10 years. I don't take any pills anymore. Zero for over a year now.
I was on 42
Yeah.
pills a day.
What's that?
I was on 42 pills a day, and I'm
Yeah.
on none. Just marijuana, 2 grams a day. And it saves a
Yeah.
lot of problems to not have the
Like
pill
I said,
side
like I
effects.
said, we all, you might want to try to raise this one off your stop because we all know.
Yeah,
No, but
we are.
The last
You've
time-
given us
we're
the
done. We're
perfect
done.
answer.
Not a policy, we all know that.
That's what we got your
I'm so
answer.
happy.
You gave us an answer. We thank you so much, because we didn't get that before, and that's all we need.
We all know.
Okay.
We all know. You can smoke anywhere, you can smoke in public.
Okay. Thanks, Sergeant Gogan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
You're
much.
awesome. You guys are great. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
Stop arresting patients! Stop arresting patients! Stop arresting patients!
Welcome to CMMNJ TV.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
I'm Ken Walski, Executive Director of the Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey. The mission of our organization is to educate the public about the benefits of marijuana. Marijuana is a safe, effective, and inexpensive therapeutic agent for a wide variety of diseases, symptoms, and conditions. No patient should suffer needlessly without it, and no patient should ever go to jail for following the advice of a doctor. Join us and learn more about the exciting science of medical marijuana. Welcome to CMMNJ TV. I'm Ken Walski, Executive Director of the Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey. We're here in the Princeton Community TV studios with Larry Vargo from the Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey. He's one of our board members. Thank you for being here, Larry. Chronic pain really is the most common reason that patients use medical marijuana. Tell us about your chronic pain, Larry.
Yeah, I had chronic pain and neuropathic pain, Ken. Well, at times it's so bad, I mean, they have me on morphine. I've been on pain medicine for 15 years now due to an injury I had when I worked with the railroad. And, well, I can have morphine all day long, but when it comes to medical marijuana, the state says no. So, I mean, I have it pretty bad. I had to take a high dosage of morphine throughout the day and evening, and even to stay in bed at night. I get more than 3 hours sleep. I'm lucky.
So you were injured 15 years ago, and it was a workplace injury. You were working on, was it New Jersey Transit?
No, Amtrak.
Amtrak.
Yes.
And tell us, how did the accident happen?
Well, simple, digging with a shovel. Something so simple when I just blew my back out. And been paying for it ever since.
And what did they do when you blew your back out? You had to go right to the hospital?
I went to the doctors first, and they told me to schedule an MRI and come back in 2 weeks. And I argued with them. I'm not going anywhere but the emergency room. So I proceeded to go to the emergency room. The doctor followed me there, and the next morning they had done emergency surgery on me. And turned out that I had about 36, 37 crushed nerves at the time at the incident, and my lower disc, L3 down to S1, were damaged. I kind of like blew them out. So I was, they hit me with a lot of morphine, Demerol, you know, other stuff in the hospital. Almost put me into having a heart attack because they couldn't calm the pain down.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
So you found that marijuana therapy helps to decrease your reliance on prescription opiates?
Yes, it does, Ken. I found that out when we attended the first American for Safe Access conference down in Washington, D.C. I met up with Dr. Donald Abrams, and he happens to, I think he's one of the leading physicians on the opiate and cannabis therapy. Lowering dosage of opiates, I should say. I spoke with him actually on the elevator that one day, and he offered me a few moments, and I stepped off the elevator with him, and he gave me about 15 minutes of his time.
Wow.
And we sat there on the floor, and he told me I could take my prescription level down to half. And, I mean, hopefully half, no problem. Because, you know, I don't want my liver to go bad. I mean, I did damage to my liver many years ago with other, you know, stuff, with other things. And prescription meds, I know it's just not good for me, pain medicine all this time.
Yeah, Dr. Don Abrams, he's an oncologist at the University of California, San Francisco, and he has conducted some of the gold standard clinical research trials in medical marijuana for neuropathic pain, as a matter of fact, and for other types of pain. You know, for people who say that there is not an scientific evidence of marijuana therapy. I mean, Dr. Don Abrams.
Yeah. Well, that's what opened my eyes.
He's the guy who has done that research already.
Yes.
And those clinical trials, they were successful. They led to an over 30% improvement in pain using marijuana over a placebo, which is a very vast improvement and unqualified improvement. And it should have led to larger clinical trials, which would have led to FDA approval, but the federal government blocks these larger trials. So unfortunately, we're still in the same position with getting these state laws passed and state laws determining what is a qualifying condition in each state.
Well, I think that's what really opened my eyes, that conversation I had with the doctor down there, and what a difference. What a difference. I wish I had known about this years ago.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
And Larry, just so you know, you may or may not be aware that there is a 25% reduction in opiate overdose deaths in the states that have medical marijuana laws compared to the states that do not have medical marijuana laws. Currently, here we are in 2014, and 23 states have medical marijuana laws. So we're just about halfway there to getting all 50 states on board with medical marijuana, but you know, we're not. But the improvements in health care that can be afforded through medical marijuana really are undeniable.
The DEA, I mean, Schedule 1, I don't understand it. I don't, when's this nightmare going to end?
Yes. The federal government made marijuana a Schedule I drug in 1970, and they have successfully resisted all attempts to change marijuana from a Schedule I drug since 1970, up until the last time they reviewed it, which was in 2011. And a Schedule I drug, of course, means that marijuana has no accepted medical uses in the United States, that it's unsafe for use, even under medical supervision, and that there is a high potential for abuse. And none of that is true when it comes to marijuana.
Not from what I've seen.
No, there's clearly 23 states have marijuana. There's clear scientific evidence of marijuana's safety and efficacy for a wide range of symptoms and diseases and conditions. And while marijuana has a high potential for use because of its social use and its religious use and its medical use, it really has a low potential for abuse. People do not continue abusing marijuana when it interferes with their life. It's an easy drug to quit.
Sure. The madness, Ken, the madness.
Yeah. A part of the madness also is that New Jersey also considers marijuana a Schedule I drug, despite the fact that they have a medical marijuana program.
Oh, yes.
That's the very difficult thing to figure out. The U.S. Attorney, the New Jersey's Attorney General insists that marijuana continues to be considered a Schedule I drug with no accepted medical uses, even though the Department of Health in New Jersey has a medical marijuana program, and the law in New Jersey says that marijuana is accepted for medical uses for a number of diseases, symptoms, and conditions.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
Governor Christie's not helping out at all in this state. He's just he has no compassion. From what I've seen, he has no compassion at all. I don't know. I don't get the guy.
He certainly made the law very much more difficult to implement with the regulations from his health department. But to be fair to Governor Christie, there is, the original bill that came through that was introduced in 2005 allowed for chronic pain for any reason.
Yes, it did.
Chronic pain was a qualifying condition for marijuana therapy, and this bill was actually passed by the New Jersey Senate in February of 2009 with marijuana, with chronic pain as a qualifying condition, but it was taken out of the bill just before it passed into law, and reportedly by Democratic, by members of the Democrats in New Jersey, who said that it would be, who wanted to limit the scope of the program, basically. So in New Jersey, the only chronic pain conditions that qualify for marijuana therapy are cancer and AIDS, cancer and HIV/AIDS.
I guess death also. That's probably when I'll be able to qualify.
I
shouldn't say that.
Anybody with a diagnosis of less than a year to live qualifies for marijuana therapies, and people don't know that. People think, oh well, they only will qualify for marijuana therapy if they're in hospice, if they have a terminal condition. But that's not true. People go into hospice in New Jersey the last 2 weeks of their life.
Yes.
An average of only 2 weeks in hospice care. So
not enough time to get a card.
Not even enough time to get a card. Yeah. Have you looked into getting a card, Larry?
I kind of did, Ken, and from what I understand, it's expensive right now for me. I'm on permanent disability, and what I receive on a monthly or yearly basis, I just don't have that extra dollars to be pumping out. Looking for a doctor, and then maintaining a relationship with the doctor. Since they're so strong, I mean, the doctor registry they have now. I mean, I see a pain management doctor on a monthly basis as it is to get these highly addictable prescription drugs that I can, that I have to take on, but I'd rather not take them. Cut down at least half, cut down at least any bit. I'd be happy with. They should allow it. I mean, they should put chronic pain back into the law, into the bill. Do something. The program needs to change, Ken.
Now, of course, if lower income people, I'm not sure where the cutoff is, but low income people do not have to pay the $200 every 2 years for an ID card. They only have to pay $20 for an ID card. But doctors don't necessarily.
They don't accept the insurance. That's from what I understand right now. The insurance companies will not pay for that.
Right.
For the visit.
Very few medical marijuana patients. My understanding is very few medical marijuana patients in New Jersey are covered under their insurance plans for medical marijuana. Most of the patients that have reported through our Facebook page, Friends of the Coalition for Medical Marijuana in New Jersey, say that physicians require an average of about $200 for each visit, and many physicians require 4 visits before they will even certify you as having a qualifying condition. So it makes it very difficult for patients to get these cards, and it prices people out of the medicinal marijuana program.
Well, and the people that I do know that do qualify and do have cards in this state, when they go to an ATC, the prices are a little high.
Oh, absolutely.
From my understanding.
Yeah.
I haven't been in one because I don't have a card.
Right, but people say that it's between $450 and $500 an ounce, plus 7% tax.
A tax, yes.
And the street price for marijuana has been coming down considerably, I understand.
From what I've heard.
To about roughly $300 or so a month. Maybe half the price that the alternative treatment centers are asking for marijuana. And the marijuana quality on the street has improved dramatically. So it's a program that really encourages illegal activity, unfortunately, the medicinal marijuana program in New Jersey, and that's a shame. It really seems to be at odds with what the legislative intent was.
It's not fair. I don't think it's fair at all to any non-qualifying patient that should qualify, because like you said, we have thousands and I don't even have tens of thousands of people in the state of New Jersey with suffer from chronic pain. One type of, or so many types of chronic pain, that this would help. I mean, it helped me so much. I mean, many nights, I mean, I'd walk around like a zombie after 2-3 days, you know, averaging 2-3 hours of sleep a night. And people wonder why I'm tired during the day, because I can't lay down. I can't sleep at night. But when I've tried marijuana the first time after so many years, you know, being away from it, Ken, I swear I slept 7.5 hours straight. I was amazed. I mean, I thought it was like a wonder plant again. I was like, I couldn't. I haven't slept that long in 15 years. Oh, actually, about 13 years when I did that. And it's amazing. It really is amazing.
Right. It's not only accidents like the one you suffered from that cause chronic pain, but burns, for example,
Sure.
very, very painful conditions. And just the normal aging process is often associated with chronic pain, with the arthritic conditions
Yes.
that accompany aging process in so many people, the degenerative disc disease.
Yeah,
and
suffer
the
from that also.
Yeah.
All the little ones that trickle down with that.
Right.
I have.
And so many other just normal conditions of aging that are accompanied, that are associated with chronic pain as well. So tens of thousands is probably a very conservative estimate.
Yeah, it's probably a low number.
For the number of people
That's low.
who could qualify in New Jersey just on the basis of their chronic pain.
Needs some tweaking, I think.
Yes.
The program needs a little bit of tweaking.
Well, I think it needs a lot of tweaking. Linda Stender's Bill A3525 would propose enormous changes to the medicinal marijuana program. It would increase the qualifying conditions. It would eliminate the physician registry that is so difficult for people to even find a doctor who will take part in this program. It eliminates the tax on marijuana therapy. It allows doctors, encourages doctors to actually be more knowledgeable about the type of marijuana that they're recommending for their patients. It just would improve so many different ways. It would encourage testing of marijuana. It would allow edibles for all age groups and do away with all limitations. It would allow for an unlimited number of alternative treatment centers to be open in New Jersey. This would be really a thoroughgoing change to the alternative treatments, to the medicinal marijuana program.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing that this state really needs, I believe.
I would love to see that passed. I really would. But I just don't see it with Governor Christie in there.
Yeah.
I really don't see it happening.
Well, Governor Christie has said he has done expanding the medicinal marijuana program. Not that he expanded it
roadblock after roadblock.
Not that he expanded it very much to begin with. All he did was eliminate the 3-strain limit that he arbitrarily imposed.
Yes.
So, it really wasn't much. And
edibles for children.
And edibles for children, which are not available after a year after he said that he could have them. There's still no edibles for children. What
are these kids supposed to do?
It's very frustrating. And for this reason, our organization has endorsed legalization of marijuana.
Yes.
We believe that the simplest and most efficient way to meet the needs of so many patients in New Jersey is not to arbitrarily make a list of conditions, but to make it available for anybody who needs it, basically. Legalizing it for adults over 21 would be just the most efficient way to deal with this problem.
Yeah, legalization. I agree, 100%, Ken.
Every 42 seconds, somebody's arrested for marijuana.
And it would also do away with the harms that are associated with our current policy of prohibition. We here in New Jersey, we arrest 22,000 people a year for minor marijuana offenses. Think about what impact that has, especially on minority populations who are disproportionately singled out for punishment for these drug war violations. The impact on the inner city would just be tremendous.
It ruins so many kids' lives, and I mean, not using it, but I'm saying with the records, permanent stain on the record.
Permanent stain, right? You can ruin somebody's life for just because they were unlucky enough to get caught.
Yeah. I got caught when I was I guess it was about 19, and I caught a couple joints, and they locked me up, of course, and had to see the judge the next morning. So that's a little permanent stain on my record, and I got caught when I was 23 once with a half a joint, and they charged me with that. Under 50 milligrams or whatever it was back in the early 80s. I forget when, but it was a while ago.
So were you able to buy your way out of that?
No, unfortunately not. No, hard nose and half a joint, and I don't know. I just don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they should have just taken it and smashed it, thrown it out in the garbage or something. But that showed up on my record. I remember looking for a few jobs, and that came back out on me.
Yeah.
They said, no, you have a drug possession on your record.
So that followed you for the rest
Yes,
of your
it did.
life, Larry?
Yes, and I told them it was only a joint, or half a joint. The second one, it doesn't say that here.
Mm-hmm.
It just says drug possession.
Right.
So they don't know if it's half a joint or half a pound.
And if you were living in public housing, you could have been expelled from public housing.
Yes.
And if you had a family that was living in public housing, the entire family could have been expelled from public housing. They could have been homeless and on the street.
Yep.
They could have been denied food stamps. They could have been denied education funds. Anyway, so this is where we are, Larry, and I want to really thank you for coming in and telling your story to CMMNJ TV and for all the work that you've done, for Coalition for Medical Marijuana in New Jersey. It's been an honor having you on the board, Larry. So thank you very much. For more information about the Coalition for Medical Marijuana in New Jersey, join us at our free public meetings on the second Tuesday of every month at the Lawrence Township Library in Mercer County, New Jersey, from 7 to 9 p.m. Snacks are served and all are welcome. Remember, every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, someone's arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, someone's arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, somebody's arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, somebody is arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, someone's arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, somebody is arrested for marijuana.
Cada 42 segundos está uno arrestado por marihuana.
Every 42 seconds, somebody is arrested for...
Cada seconds, yo ahí todo el mundo por marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, somebody got arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana.
Every 42 seconds, someone is arrested for marijuana. It could be you.